I put my husband's childhood dog down while he was on a business trip. I found Tiki collapsed on the kitchen floor last Thursday morning. My husband's childhood golden retriever wasn't moving. His breathing was shallow and all wrong. I scooped up his 70-pound body and hauled him to my car. The emergency vet was 12 minutes away. I called my husband 6 times during that drive but got voicemail every single time. This wasn't good. Tiki had been declining for weeks and everyone could see it except my husband. He'd been taking business trip after business trip, coming home for 2 days, then leaving again. Every time I brought up Tiki's symptoms, he'd wave me off. He's just old. He's fine. The vet took one look at Tiki and pulled me into a consultation room. Complete organ failure. His kidneys and liver were shutting down. Tiki had maybe 20 minutes of consciousness left. After that, it was hours of suffering. We need to make a decision now, the vet said gently. We can't let him suffer. I still tried everything to reach him. I called the hotel front desk in Chicago. I called his assistant. I texted him 10 times and even called his boss. The vet explained that Tiki's organs had been failing for a while. Didn't you notice symptoms? She asked carefully. I started crying. I noticed everything. I pulled out my phone and showed her 3 weeks of videos. Tiki falling down the stairs because his back legs gave out. Tiki refusing his food for 4 straight days. Tiki whimpering in the corner at 3 a.m. because everything hurt. Tiki losing control of his bladder in the living room, the bedroom, the kitchen, blood in his water bowl from his gums bleeding. I'd sent every single video to my husband during his trips. His responses were always the same. He's okay. Just keep an eye on him. I'll take him to the vet when I get back. But he never did. He'd come home, spend one day with Tiki acting semi-normal because dogs put on a brave face for their owners, then leave again. And Tiki would get even worse the moment he left. 2 weeks ago, I begged him to cancel his Seattle trip. Tiki needs to see a vet. Something's really wrong. You're overreacting, he said. Tiki is fine. I've known that dog for 14 years. I'd know if something was seriously wrong. Then he left for 5 straight days. Last week, I begged him to cancel this Chicago trip. Tiki couldn't climb stairs anymore. He barely drank water. His breathing sounded wet and heavy. Book a vet appointment for when I get back, my husband said. I want to be there. But there was no when he got back anymore. The vet reviewed the videos on my phone. Her face grew more serious with each one. This is end-stage organ failure. He's been dying for weeks. Tiki cried out from the examination room, a sound I'd never heard him make before. It was pure agony. You need to decide now, the vet said. I legally cannot let this animal suffer while we wait for someone to answer a phone. I looked at Tiki through the window. His eyes found mine, tired and pleading. I made the decision. The vet said, you're doing the right thing. It didn't feel right. It felt like betrayal. I held Tiki as they gave him the sedative. I whispered that he was a good boy, the best boy, that I was so sorry, that his dad loved him so much. Then Tiki stopped breathing. I drove home by myself with his collar on the passenger seat and walked into a fully empty and fully quiet home. The next morning, my husband strolled through the door. He took one look at Tiki's empty bed and froze. Where's Tiki? He collapsed. Organ failure. I had to do something. You put him down? His voice was barely a whisper. Then he screamed. You put him down without me? I didn't get to say goodbye. How could you do that? I was still crying and couldn't say anything. I just handed him my phone. He stood there watching the videos. Tiki falling downstairs. Tiki bleeding. Tiki whimpering. Tiki unable to stand. Every video I'd sent him during his trips. Every video he'd basically ignored. I could see his eyes getting heavier and heavier as he watched. Then I showed him the final video from the emergency vet. Tiki gasping for air, unable to lift his head. The vet's voice, there's no time to wait. He's suffering. My voice in the video breaking. Okay, we'll do it. My husband's anger collapsed into something much worse. He dropped to his knees. The phone fell from his hands. He grabbed Tiki's collar from the table and clutched it to his chest. He sobbed, not crying, sobbing, the kind that comes from somewhere deep and irreparable. I left him, he choked out. I kept leaving him. We sat on the floor for an hour. Finally, he spoke. I knew he was dying. I knew. His voice was hollow. Tiki was the last thing I had from my parents, the last physical piece of them. When they died, he was all I had left that remembered them. He looked at me with devastated red eyes. I couldn't watch him die, so I kept leaving. If I wasn't there, it wasn't real yet, you know. And now he died alone because I'm a coward. He wasn't angry at me anymore. He was destroyed by himself.